Hey, good morning, 3-4. Today we're starting our new book, The Littles. And if you look carefully, the littles are little people and they have like a little tail. We'll find out a little bit more about them. The Littles, Chapter 1. William T. Little and his family were tiny people. They lived in a house owned by George W. Big. Mr. Big and his family didn't know that the Littles were living with them. The Littles kept out of sight. They lived in tiny rooms in the walls of the house. The Littles looked almost like people you see every day, but they were very much smaller. Mr. Little was only about 6 inches tall, and he was big for little. The other Littles were even smaller, so he was like 6 inches, and then everyone else is smaller. He was tall. In one way, the Littles did not look at all like other people. They had tails. The Littles were proud of their tails. They kept them combed and brushed, and sometimes the women curled their tails when they wanted to look especially nice. The Littles took everything they needed from the Bigs. Usually, the Bigs didn't even know anything was missing. But once in a while, Mrs. Big would say, "Now where did that thing go? I had it right here a minute ago. It seems to have disappeared." Only last week her son Henry had shouted, "Hey Ma, where are my red socks? I can't find them anywhere." And of course the Littles got their food from the Bigs. When the Bigs had roast beef for dinner, the Littles had roast beef for dinner too. The Bigs didn't know it, but the electric socket on the kitchen counter was a secret door. As soon as the Big family were busy eating their cake or pie or jello, the Littles would dash through the door. They would take what they needed from the leftover dinner scraps and be back through the door in seconds. The Littles helped the Bigs in return for things they took. So there's I don't know if you can see. Only the Bigs didn't know it. For one thing, the Littles were good at fixing things. They ran back and forth inside the walls, repairing the electric wires whenever they needed it. The Littles were good plumbers too. On cold winter days, they kept the outside water pipes from freezing. Often they had to stay up all night keeping the pipes warm by candle fire. Mr. Big could never understand why his plumbing and electricity worked so well. "I can't believe it," he would say. "I have less trouble with this old house than my neighbors do with their brand new houses." He would shake his head. "I guess they don't make houses the way they used to."